Okay, so ready to dive in.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Today, we're going to help you hopefully nail that cigar inspector interview.
Sounds good.
So it's an interesting job, right? Part connoisseur, part detective,
Oh, yeah.
where your passion for cigars meets a keen eye for quality.
Definitely.
And luckily, we have a stack of resources from RoleCatcher to help guide us.
Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, we have career guides, sample interview questions,
Mm-hmm.
even some insights on how their AI can give you an edge. So,
That's always helpful,
yeah, for sure.
especially in such a competitive field
Right, exactly.
as cigar inspecting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really unique role when you think about it.
Very much so.
It demands a deep understanding of cigars
Absolutely.
and a commitment to maintaining the highest standards.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to equip you with the knowledge and strategies to impress those hiring managers.
For sure.
So first up, let's tackle a question that's practically guaranteed to come up.
Okay.
How familiar are you with different types of cigars and their characteristics? I mean, this is your chance to really showcase your expertise and genuine passion.
It is. And you don't want to just like rattle off a list of cigar types. Instead, kind of delve into specifics, origins, blends, flavor profiles, talk about the wrapper, the filler, and the binder.
Right.
You could even mention, for instance, the unique qualities of a Cameroon wrapper compared to a Connecticut broadleaf.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah, just showing that you understand the nuances of different tobacco varieties
Right.
and how they contribute to a cigar's overall character.
Uh-huh.
That'll impress.
Yeah, for sure.
Much more than just listing.
Right, yeah, just like a laundry list.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, now let's say they follow up with, can you describe a specific cigar that you particularly enjoy and explain why?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Well, this is where your personal preferences and knowledge come together.
Uh-huh.
You want to choose a cigar that you genuinely appreciate and can discuss in detail, right?
Sure.
So it's origin, blend, flavor profile, construction.
Yeah.
Maybe even mention a personal anecdote related to it.
Like what?
Like a special occasion where you enjoyed it, a memorable tasting experience.
Oh, so like tell a story.
Yeah, that'll make your answer more engaging, more memorable.
It's more human. Right.
It is. It showcases your enthusiasm.
Okay, I like it.
But remember, it's not just about personal taste. It's
Right.
also about showcasing your analytical skills.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, imagine they ask, what criteria do you use to evaluate the quality of a cigar?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's where your inner detective comes in.
Ooh, I like that.
So you have to think beyond just enjoying the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Consider factors like the construction. Is the cigar well rolled with a consistent shape?
Uh-huh.
What about the draw? Is it smooth and effortless or tight and frustrating?
Yeah, nobody wants a tight draw.
No, not at all.
What else?
And the burn, how does it burn?
Yeah,
Evenly, producing a clean white ash.
it's all about the details, huh?
It is. It's paying attention to the details. That reveals a cigar's true character.
Uh-huh. Beyond just the experience of smoking it,
Right.
you're looking for the clues.
Exactly.
So you have to assess the flavor and aroma, noting the complexity, the balance, any unique characteristics.
Exactly.
But also, you mentioned it before, the consistency.
Yes, very important.
Does the cigar deliver a consistent experience from beginning to end?
It should.
Okay.
Very much so.
Now, speaking of consistency,
Okay.
imagine they throw this at you. How do you maintain objectivity when evaluating cigars, especially when personal preferences are involved?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, because this is crucial.
Because you could love a certain cigar,
Absolutely.
but it could be objectively bad.
Or you might have a bias against a certain region
Right.
or a certain wrapper,
Uh-huh.
and that can affect your judgment.
Yeah.
So as a cigar inspector, your job is to assess quality based on established standards, not personal bias.
Okay.
So you could mention using standardized evaluation forms or checklists to ensure consistency and impartiality.
So it takes you out of the equation.
Exactly.
You're just going by the book.
You're following a system, a methodology.
I like it. So it shows that you're systematic
Right.
and committed to objective assessment.
Absolutely.
Now, let's shift gears to a more practical aspect.
Okay.
Storage.
Right.
How do you ensure that cigars are stored properly to maintain their quality?
It's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this is where you demonstrate your understanding of that delicate balance
Right.
required to preserve a cigar's flavor and aroma.
For sure.
So what are some of the things you'd mention?
I'd talk about ideal humidity levels.
Like what is that?
Around 70%.
Okay.
And the importance of temperature control. ideally between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow, so it's really like you're creating this perfect environment,
Yeah.
this microclimate
It's like a little, yeah,
for
microclimate.
these precious tobacco treasures. You could even mention specific storage methods.
Like humidors.
Yeah.
And using hygrometers to monitor those humidity levels.
Okay, that makes sense.
You could even discuss the importance of ventilation.
Right.
To prevent mold or mildew growth.
Yeah. Yuck. Nobody wants that.
No, definitely not.
Okay, now for a question that really tests your expertise.
Hit me.
How do you identify counterfeit cigars?
Okay.
This is where you showcase your knowledge of the tricks of the trade.
Right. Yeah, counterfeit cigars are a serious problem, so it's crucial to be vigilant. So you've got to talk about visual cues, inconsistencies in the band, wrapper, color, or the overall construction.
Okay.
Look for flaws in the printing, misspellings, or inconsistencies in the cigar's shape.
Oh, you really need a keen eye for detail.
You do.
You could even mention security features.
Oh, yeah, like holograms.
Yeah.
Or unique markings that legitimate cigar manufacturers use to combat counterfeiting.
Wow, so they're really trying to stay ahead of the counterfeiters?
They have to.
And don't forget to mention, like this is important, purchasing cigars from reputable sources.
Absolutely, yeah. That can significantly reduce the risk.
Okay, excellent advice. So before we move on to more interview questions,
Okay.
let's take a moment to highlight how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon in this whole process.
I like it. A secret weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
So their AI can analyze specific job descriptions and provide tailored feedback on your answers.
That's really helpful.
Imagine having an expert
Yeah.
review your responses, highlighting areas for improvement, suggesting stronger wording,
Right.
and ensuring your answers align perfectly with the job requirements.
Yeah.
That's the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
That's amazing.
It's like having a personal interview coach in your pocket.
I love that analogy.
Right, helping you fine-tune your responses and boost your confidence.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Okay, so back to those interview questions.
All right, let's do it.
Let's say they ask, how do you stay up to date on industry trends and new cigar releases? What's your approach?
Okay, so, well, this is your chance to showcase your passion and dedication to the craft.
Okay.
You could mention trade publications like Cigar Aficionado or Cigar Journal,
Okay.
attend industry events, or visit online forums.
Oh, yeah, like those online cigar communities.
Exactly, where enthusiasts and experts share their knowledge and discuss the latest releases.
So you're plugged in
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah.
to the cigar world.
It shows that you're actively engaged.
You're invested
Yeah,
in staying informed.
right.
Okay, let's tackle a question that requires a bit of finesse.
Okay.
How do you deal with difficult or demanding clients? Think about those passionate cigar aficionados
Right.
who might have strong opinions.
Oh, yeah, you're going to encounter those.
I mean, we all know them.
For sure.
So how do you approach this in an interview?
This question is assessing your interpersonal skills and your ability to handle challenging situations with grace.
Grace, that's a good word.
It is.
So how do you do that?
So you want to emphasize your commitment to providing excellent customer service
Of course.
while maintaining professionalism.
So what are some strategies you could mention?
Active listening, seeking to understand their concerns, and offering solutions that address their needs.
It's about finding that balance, right?
It is.
Between accommodating their preferences
Yes.
and adhering to quality standards.
Exactly. And sometimes a calm explanation of the evaluation process can help diffuse tension and build trust.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, for a question that delves into your ethical considerations,
Okay.
how do you handle confidential or sensitive information related to your work as a cigar inspector?
Ooh, that's an important one.
Right.
This is about demonstrating your integrity and trustworthiness.
Yeah, because you're going to be privy to some inside information.
Absolutely, like proprietary blends, trade secrets.
Yes, stuff you can't just go blabbing about.
Right, exactly.
So how do you address this?
You emphasize your understanding of confidentiality agreements,
Okay.
your commitment to discretion,
Uh-huh.
and you could mention your track record of handling sensitive information responsibly.
So they can trust you
Right,
with confidential information.
absolutely.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and explore career progression.
Okay, I like it.
So the RoleCatcher Career Guide provides some insights into potential paths for cigar inspectors.
That's helpful.
So with experience and expertise, you could advance to supervisory or managerial roles.
Okay, so moving up the ladder.
Within quality control departments,
Yeah.
you might even lead a team of inspectors,
Wow, overseeing the whole process.
ensuring consistency and adherence to standards across the board.
That's a big responsibility.
It is, and the guide also mentions the possibility of becoming a master blender.
Oh, wow. That's the dream for a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle for many cigar enthusiasts.
So what can you tell us about that path?
Well, master blenders are the artists behind those unique blends that define a cigar's flavor profile.
Okay.
They possess a deep understanding of tobacco varieties, fermentation processes,
Right.
and the intricate art of blending.
So they're like the alchemists of the cigar world.
They are, yeah. It's a highly creative and respected role within the cigar world.
So let's talk about the work environment.
Okay.
What can aspiring cigar inspectors expect in terms of their day-to-day surroundings?
Well, imagine a spacious, well-ventilated room filled with the rich aroma of tobacco.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It is. You might work at a long table,
Uh-huh.
meticulously inspecting each cigar for defects,
Wow.
or using specialized equipment
Right?
to assess things like weight, density, or draw.
It's a very sensory experience.
It is. It involves all your senses, sight, touch, and smell.
You're immersed in the world of cigars,
You are.
surrounded by experts
Yes.
who share your passion. But, as with any job, there are challenges.
Of course.
The RoleCatcher guide mentions potential exposure to tobacco dust,
Right. That's something to consider.
the repetitive nature of the work,
Yeah, you're inspecting a lot of cigars.
and the need for prolonged focus.
You got to be paying attention to
Okay.
those details.
So how do you mitigate those challenges?
Well, you got to prioritize health and safety precautions,
Okay.
take breaks,
Uh-huh.
and maintain a comfortable and ergonomic workspace.
Right, so take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Now, let's revisit RoleCatcher's AI
Okay.
and how it can help you refine your interview responses.
Yeah, it's a great tool.
So you can input specific job descriptions and sample answers into RoleCatcher,
Uh-huh.
and their AI will analyze your responses, suggesting improvements, identifying areas where you can strengthen your wording,
Okay.
and ensuring your answers align with the specific requirements of the role.
So it's tailoring your answers.
Just like having a personalized feedback system. That helps you present yourself in the best possible light.
Exact.
Okay, now let's dive back into those interview questions.
Pretty much.
Let's say they ask, describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision regarding the quality of a cigar. How did you approach the situation?
Oh, that's a good one.
This is a behavioral question
It
here,
is.
designed to assess your judgment, your decision-making skills, and your commitment to quality.
You got to think back to a specific instance where you faced a challenging situation.
Okay, so give me an example.
Maybe a cigar had a minor defect but was otherwise excellent.
Like what?
The wrapper had a slight blemish,
Uh-huh.
or the draw was slightly tighter than ideal.
Okay, yeah, those are tough calls.
They are.
So what do you do?
Well, you got to walk them through your thought process.
Okay.
Highlighting the factors you considered,
Yeah.
the resources or information you consulted, and the rationale behind your final decision.
So you got to show them how you think.
Yeah, demonstrate your analytical skills.
And your commitment to upholding quality standards
Right.
while considering the broader context of the situation.
It's a balancing act.
It is.
You got to weigh all those factors.
Now imagine they follow up with, how do you ensure consistency and accuracy in your evaluations? Especially when dealing with subjective factors like flavor and aroma.
Okay, good one.
So you've got to demonstrate that you have a system,
I do.
a method to your madness.
Right.
So how do you convey that?
You can mention using standardized evaluation forms or checklists, referencing established flavor profiles.
So you have something to compare it to.
Exactly.
All right.
And perhaps even calibrating your senses
Like, how do you do that?
through blind tasting
Oh, interesting.
or comparisons with other inspectors.
So you're constantly checking yourself,
Have to, yeah.
making sure you're on point.
Absolutely.
So it's not arbitrary.
It's not. It's based on a structured and repeatable process.
Okay, now for a question that explores your proactive side.
Hit me.
How would you go about improving the quality control process for cigars?
Okay, so this is your opportunity to showcase your problem-solving skills and your commitment to continuous improvement.
So you're not just there to do the bare minimum.
No, you're thinking about how to make things better.
Okay, so what are some areas for potential enhancement?
Well, you could mention refining the evaluation criteria,
Okay.
implementing new technologies for defect detection,
Ooh, that's interesting. Like what?
maybe using cameras or sensors.
To spot things the human eye might miss.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Or enhancing training programs for inspectors.
So everyone's up to speed.
Exactly. You could also suggest implementing data analysis techniques to identify trends or patterns
Right.
that might indicate areas for improvement in the production process.
So you're looking at the big picture.
Yes, you're looking beyond just the individual cigar.
Okay, now let's shift gears a bit and discuss a more personal aspect.
Okay.
What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses as a cigar inspector?
Oh, the classic strengths and weaknesses question.
Right, this one always comes up.
It does. It requires careful consideration.
So when discussing your strengths, focus on qualities that are directly relevant to the role.
Okay.
Right.
Keen attention to detail, analytical skills, a deep understanding of cigar construction, and a passion for quality.
Okay, now what about weaknesses? It's always tricky to navigate those.
It is. Honesty and self-awareness are key. You want to choose a weakness that is not critical to the job.
Okay.
And demonstrate how you're actively working to improve.
So give me an example.
You could say, sometimes I'm overly focused on minute details.
Okay.
And I'm working on developing a more holistic approach to evaluation.
So you're turning a potential negative into a positive.
You are, yeah.
By showing your commitment to growth and development.
Exactly. It's about continuous improvement.
Now let's consider another behavioral question.
Okay.
Tell us about a time you disagreed with a colleague's assessment of a cigar. How did you handle the situation?
Oh, conflict resolution. This explores your ability to collaborate effectively.
Yeah, because you're not always going to see eye to eye with everyone.
Right, you're going to have different perspectives.
So think of a specific instance where you had a difference of opinion.
Okay, like maybe I perceived a subtle flavor note that my colleague didn't.
Okay, interesting.
And you want to emphasize that you approach the situation with respect and professionalism.
Of course. No cigar brawls.
No cigar brawls.
So how do you handle it?
You describe how you listened to their perspective, articulated your own observations, and worked together to reach a consensus or a compromise.
So you're finding common ground.
You are highlighting your ability to engage in constructive dialogue.
I like it. Now, let's address a question that often comes up towards the end of an interview.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
That's your chance to shine.
Right.
Yeah, to show that you're genuinely interested.
And to gather valuable information.
Right.
So what kind of questions should you ask?
Well, you want to prepare thoughtful questions that go beyond the basics.
Okay.
For example, you could inquire about specific aspects of their quality control process, the company's approach to innovation or opportunities for professional development within the organization.
So you're showing that you're thinking about the long term.
You are, yeah.
You're not just looking for a job. You're looking for a career.
Exactly.
And asking insightful questions not only provides you with valuable information,
right,
but it also leaves a positive impression on the interviewer.
It shows that you're engaged and curious.
Okay, now let's take a final look at how RoleCatcher's AI can enhance your interview preparation.
Okay, one last time for the secret weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
So remember, RoleCatcher can help you tailor your answers for specific job roles, provide feedback on your responses, and even simulate a mock interview with video analysis.
That's really helpful, especially for practicing your delivery.
It's like having a virtual practice run.
It is.
Before the big gang.
Exactly. It can really boost your confidence and help you stand out from the competition.
Okay, so now as we approach the final stage of our deep dive into the world of the cigar inspector,
okay,
let's consider a few broader trends and their potential impact on this unique profession.
This is good.
So, the cigar industry, like many others, is evolving with the times.
It is. It has to.
The rise of online retailers and virtual communities is changing the way people discover, purchase, and even experience cigars.
Absolutely. It's a whole new landscape.
So how do you think these trends might shape the role of the cigar inspector in the future?
That's a great question. It's fascinating to consider. Will we see cigar inspectors evaluating cigars through video calls?
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Will they use AI-powered tools to analyze aroma profiles remotely?
Those are exciting possibilities.
They are. And who knows, maybe you, the aspiring cigar inspector, will be at the forefront of this evolution, shaping the future of cigar inspection.
Wow, that's inspiring. Yeah, it's an exciting time to be entering this field.
It is.
With so much potential for innovation and growth.
Lots of opportunities.
But even as technology advances, the core values of the cigar inspector
Right.
will remain essential.
Absolutely. The passion, the expertise, and the dedication to quality
Right.
will always be at the heart of this profession.
So as you embark on this journey, remember to embrace continuous learning.
Yeah, never stop learning.
Stay curious and never lose sight of the artistry and tradition that makes cigars so special.
Absolutely.
And most importantly,
Okay.
let your enthusiasm shine through.
Yeah, that's key.
Convey your genuine love for cigars,
Right.
your meticulous attention to detail,
Right.
and your commitment to preserving the legacy of this unique craft.
Because those hiring managers, they're looking for someone who not only possesses the knowledge,
Right.
but also embodies the passion and dedication of a true cigar inspector.
They want to see that fire in your eyes.
You do.
Remember, you're not just inspecting cigars.
Right.
You're safeguarding a tradition of excellence.
Well said.
Well, we hope this deep dive has equipped you with the insights and confidence to ace that interview
I think so.
and embark on a fulfilling career as a cigar inspector.
It's a great career path.
Best of luck on your journey into the fascinating world of cigars.
Thanks, and to you as well.
And until next time, keep exploring, stay curious,
Always.
and may your cigars always burn evenly
Yes.
and deliver a delightful smoking experience.
Cheers to that.